Hi guys, welcome to my newest video. Thank you for clicking on it. I hope you all are well. Today we are going to do a devotional. It is called A Hole in the Wall. We're going to be reading from Proverbs chapter 25, verses 16 through 28. Something was eating my flowers. The day before, blooms proudly lifted their heads. Now they were headless stems. I prowled the perimeter of my yard and discovered a rabbit-sized hole in my wooden fence. Bunnies are cute, but the pesky animals can mow down a garden of flowers in minutes. I wonder, might there be intruders shearing off blooms of Jehovah's character in my life? Proverbs 25, verse 28 says, "Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control." In ancient days, the wall of the city protected it against invasion from enemies. Even a small opening in a wall meant that the entire city lay open to attack. So many of the Proverbs are about self-control. If you find honey, eat just enough, wrote the wise man. Self-control is a fruit of the Spirit that guards us, protecting us from losing ground and protecting us from losing ground to impatience, bitterness, greed, and other pests that can intrude and destroy Jehovah's harvest in our lives. Now it says, see Galatians 5:22 through 23, so we'll read that as well. Self-control is a healthy mindedness that watches for the holes in the walls of our lives and keeps them patched. When I inspect the perimeter of my life, I can at times see vulnerable holes, a spot where I give in to temptation over and over, an area of impatience. Oh, how I need the healthy-minded self-control of Jehovah in my life to guard me from such intruders. What holes do you see in the wall of your heart? How might Jehovah's fruit of self-control help guard your life from such an intruder? Dear Jehovah, please grow the fruit of self-control in my life that I might be protected from intruders. So we are going to first, let's read Proverbs 25, 16 through 28. We'll read that first, and then we'll go back and read the part they referenced in Galatians. Okay, so Proverbs chapter 25, we're starting at verse 16. If you find honey, eat only what you need, for if you take too much, you may vomit it up. Rarely set foot in your neighbor's house, so that he does not get tired of you and hate you. Like a war club and a sword and a sharp arrow is a man bearing false witness against his neighbor. Like a broken tooth or an unsteady foot is confidence in an unreliable person in times of trouble. Like one who removes a garment on a cold day, and like vinegar poured on soda, is the one who sings songs to a gloomy heart. If your enemy is hungry, give him bread to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. For you will be heaping burning coals on his head, and Jehovah will reward you. The north wind brings a downpour, and a gossiping tongue brings an angry face. Better to dwell on a corner of the roof than in the same house with a quarrelsome wife. Like cold water on a tired soul is a good report from a distant land. Like a muddled spring and a ruined well is a righteous person who gives in to a wicked one. It is not good to eat too much honey, nor is it glorious to seek one's own glory. As a city broken through without a wall is the man who cannot control his temper. Now, I do my own studies I do studying and stuff like that of the Bible on my own. So I have highlighted here for verse 28. I have here, let me read it again. As a city broken through without a wall is the man who cannot control his temper. And I wrote here, keep your mouth shut if you cannot speak without yelling, which is something that I am still learning. I tend to sometimes let my temper get the better of me, and as my temper gets the better of me, my voice goes higher and higher and higher. And for me, it's very hard to shift emotions. If I'm mad, then I'm mad until I burn out, until I fizzle out. So that could be hours, that could be, days. I can't just go from being mad to being happy, or that's a hard, anger is a hard emotion for me to turn from. So if I'm mad in the morning and you're doing something that's irritating me later in the day, my reaction to you is going to first be yelling or upset or some sort of negative response because I'm angry. So that's something I'm trying to learn, is that as a city broken through without a wall is the man who cannot control his temper. So I'm trying to learn to control my temper. Life is learning. Life is all about learning. We're constantly learning. We never stop learning. If you think that you're not learning, then you're looking at the situation that you're in the wrong way. Because we're always constantly learning. Learning is not just for the young. And when you learn something and you apply it to your life and it becomes a positive thing in your life, then that, I feel, is wisdom. And when you have wisdom, you should impart that to those who have yet to seek that, or have yet to gain that wisdom. Okay. So let's go ahead and read the part in Galatians. So, Galatians chapter 5. So let me get to Galatians. Galatians. Chapter 5. And verses 22 and 23. Okay. Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23. On the other hand, the fruitage of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faith, mildness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. So, patience is a good thing. Self-control is an even better thing. Self-control is something that we all need to work on. So again, I pose to you this question that I'd like you to answer in the comments. What holes do you see in the wall of your heart? I lack self-control. We all lack self-control. I don't care. The Pope lacks self-control, okay? In some sort of aspect, whether he might, eat a little too much and be gluttonous, that's lack of self-control. Whether he might fart or something in an inappropriate way, that's lack of self-control. Every person on the planet lacks self-control, okay? So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh man, I lack self-control in this, and this, don't feel bad, because it's something that is human nature. What you should do, and what I need to do, and what we all need to do, is recognize the areas that we lack self-control in and try to focus on ways to make those spots smaller. We're not perfect. We are never going to be perfect. But we strive to do the best that we can with what we have. With that being said, I hope that you all were able to get something from this. And I hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever and wherever you are watching this. Love and hugs. Bye, guys.